Hello everyone, I hope all of you are doing well. Today I'm going to take the second class on my prelims series, and this class is going to focus on how to study current affairs for prelims or any other exam. And I will give you three main steps or three main strategies which you can kind of develop to study current affairs for prelims. And these three strategies are going to focus on these three things. What are the sources that you should use? What are the sources that you should definitely not use? And what to study and how to study in these sources? What are the things you should study and how you can study these things? Because it is not only important what to study, but also it is important how to study. Okay, focus on the how as much as possible. So I'm going to show you that today. So first of all, what are the three sources that I always used when I was studying for UPSC? What were the three sources? See, these three sources were: number one, I just changed the color of my pen, newspaper, any kind of newspaper. Just one newspaper is needed, not more than one newspaper, and this could be the Hindu. If Hindu is not available in your village, in your district, in your town, go for an online version of the Hindu. Online subscription is available, and also for free you can find a lot of websites, or go for the Indian Express. Either of these two is fine, you don't need more than that. All right, then you have to do these newspapers from the beginning of your preparation. So when to start these newspapers? From the beginning of your preparation itself, and then you have to carry them onwards till at least 2 months before the prelims. प्रीलिम से 2 महीने पहले, 2 months before the prelims, you can stop these newspapers, not really needed, because then you will have to focus on your core static portions from where a lot more questions are asked, and also revising, so you don't have time, so you can stop them. This is the number one point about newspaper. The number two source that you want to definitely go for is the source Current Affair Magazine. I suggest that you either go for Vision IAS Current Affair Magazine or you go for GK Today Monthly Magazine. Just use one. दोनों मत use करना, just use one. And these are also sufficient for mains. You don't need to study differently for mains. And this, I suggest that you study current affairs magazines, excuse me, of at least 1.5 years from the date of the exam. So let's say the exam is, let's say, in 2022 December, for example. So 2022 full you have to read, and 2021 until June or July you should read, so that you complete 1.5 years, like that. All right. So 1.5 years from the exam. Then cover the mains 365 and PT 365 also alongside. If you are reading Vision, they have these things called mains 365 and PT 365. You should also cover them alongside, and that is not going to be that difficult, because 80% of what is covered in their monthly magazine is same content that is used in PT 365 also and mains 365 also. So it is almost the same content, but a little bit of different view they provide and little bit of additional content. So that's why I say go for them, because they are really good magazines. The content is good. So use them. Online googling of old PYQs. Apart from these two classic sources, you should also Google the old PYQs of UPSC. Print out the old previous year questions of UPSC and Google them, and try to understand them from the syllabus point of view, and also Google the topics of the syllabus. This is extremely important, because you get to understand some basics that otherwise you are not able to. Do some old PYQs. Try to do at least 10-year PYQs at least 2 times. This is a must. ये नहीं करोगे तो इतना अच्छे मार्क्स नहीं आएंगे. ठीक है. Editorials. I don't think you need to read all the editorials. Editorials are mostly made for mains to increase your knowledge about various opinions of various experts in the field. but only focus on editorials which are directly related to the syllabus topics. And you can slowly start to stop reading. Sorry, here I meant reading. You can slowly start to stop reading any kind of ideological, any kind of political or any kind of populist editorials. Let's say there is an article by a political scientist which is ideological in nature because he has a particular political ideology, he or she. So then you don't have to read that particular editorial in my view. So just go for editorials that are actually more informative. Then those are based on opinions. Now, how will you even decide that? How will you know that which editorials are populist and which editorials are not populist? Well, that will come with time. As you practice more, as you read more, as you learn more, that is the kind of thing that you will learn. So I don't think you should have problem with that. Slowly over a period of time, you will learn that through your practice, through your reading, because over time that thing comes naturally with UPSC preparation. I cannot tell it to you in advance that much. This is now the sources. I have told you all the sources that you need to go for. All right. The second thing is going to be sources not to use. Definitely don't use editorial videos that are given on YouTube. I don't like these videos where they explain editorials. Editorials पे इतना time क्यों लगा रहे हो? Don't study edit. Even if you don't read editorials, it's not going to change your preparation. So don't focus on editorial videos too much. YouTube current affairs videos should only be used to clear your doubts. So whatever YouTube current affairs videos you are using, use them as a supplemental source. Don't use them as a main source. Read the main fine print of the Vision magazine or newspaper or Googling topics, but don't use YouTube current affairs videos as the main source of your studying. Okay, you need to read in order to write well. So that's why I focus on the fact that for UPSC you should read a lot. Don't read short summaries on Instagram, etc., or in various apps. There are a lot of apps that have been started by startups for UPSC preparation. I don't recommend. Just use the classical sources that I've told you above. Classical sources are the ones that make you succeed. Then what to study and how to study. Now this is the most important part, that how to study the above things. How to study all these things that I've told you. Well, for any current affair topic, let's say you have read a current affair topic, there is some mention of some World Health Organization, some new scheme or some new program. Then go ahead and also read the static part of that. Go ahead and Google it and try to read and clear your doubts about what the WHO is, how it is controlled, who it is controlled by, who are the members, main members of this World Health Organization, who is the current president or the chairman of the WHO, how is that particular person selected. All these kind of things you should learn about the particular organization. So read that current affair and also read some static portions by Googling them wherever possible. So apply your mind in different directions. Apply your mind in different directions. That is very, very important for UPSC preparation. Okay. Then try to understand all the aspects of the topic in current affairs. So for example, like I said, WHO के बारे में पूछा है तो देखो कहाँ located है, चीफ कैसे selected होता है, what is the mandate of it, etc. Recently, also try to catch some trends of previous year questions. Study the previous year questions and try to catch new trends. For example, UPSC lately has been asking a lot about world organizations such as UN, WHO, World Bank, UNDP, and also various climate change organizations and climate change initiatives. So sustainability जो है, sustainability has become a main theme of UPSC in the last few years. So study that for sure. Read the ministry websites and their major functions on their websites. Read everything possible. Not everything is possible, but read as much as possible about all the government organizations through their websites. Okay. And also recently I've seen they are asking sports questions also. So this might be a new trend. So read about all the major tournaments. Not hard. There are only 20 odd major tournaments in the world every year. You can easily read about them. Okay, so this is how to study all these things. Lateral thinking is what will really help you in UPSC exam. What is lateral thinking? Let's say there is an X topic, you are able to read Y, Z, A, B about that topic. Different aspects of that topic is important. And finally, when I tell you all these sources, I have focused on one thing, and that one thing is quality. UPSC is not like a banking exam. In UPSC, quality matters a lot. If you don't have good quality sources, your UPSC preparation is useless regardless of how much you study. So focus on the quality of the sources. That's why I repeatedly tell you to focus on a few sources. High quality sources is what you need for UPSC, and I've told you those sources. So let us look at some questions so that you can get an example or kind of a idea. Okay. Now this question is the statement 1 and statement 2, that UNCDF, United Nations Capital Development Fund, and Arbor Day Foundation have recently recognized Hyderabad as 2022 Tree City of the World. एक ये statement हो गया. Hyderabad was selected for recognition for a year following its commitment to grow and maintain urban forests. Statement 2. So whether both the statements are correct or not, and whether one statement, that is statement 1 and 2, are correct, or whether statement 2 is the correct explanation. Meaning, because Hyderabad planted a lot of trees and maintained a lot of its urban forests, that's why it was recognized by UNFCDF and Arbor Day Foundation for the tree city of the world. So now you should have read about this. You cannot really answer this question if you don't know these facts. To have read about this, if you read any current affairs magazine like Vision IAS, like I told you, or whatever, or even newspaper, Hindu में ये news आई है, you would easily be able to answer this particular question. And if you had focused, just try to Google UNCDF, what is UNCDF, what is Arbor Day Foundation, that also helps you. Alright, so this is a purely factual question based on current affairs. If you have read the newspaper properly, you should be easily able to answer. There is no trick in this question involved. But remember, they are asking about climate change, forestation, sustainability kind of things. Okay, so that's why I focus on these particular organizations on sustainability, initiatives, programs, projects. ये सस्टेनेबिलिटी के सारे एस्पेक्ट्स पढ़ लेना, क्योंकि दैट कैन कम इन द एग्जाम एंड लॉट ऑफ क्वेश्चंस माइट कम इन द एग्जाम फ्रॉम देयर. नाउ दिस क्वेश्चन सीम्स लाइक ए स्टैटिक क्वेश्चन, बट इट इज ऑल्सो रिलेटेड टू करंट अफेयर्स. Okay, it is also related somewhat to current affairs because palm oil was a lot in news. So with the reference to the palm oil, consider the following statement. Palm oil tree is native to Southeast Asia. यहाँ कीवर्ड क्या है? इन माई लास्ट क्लास आई टोल्ड यू टू चेक द कीवर्ड. यहाँ पे इन्होंने कीवर्ड इंसर्ट किया है नेटिव. डोंट लूज फोकस ऑन दिस वर्ड. नेटिव ये पढ़ना जरूरी है. अगर आप इसको छोड़ दोगे, because you might have read in news that palm oil is found a lot in Malaysia, Indonesia. All these countries are doing heavy palm oil export and palm tree farming. So lot of their area is in palm oil. Lot of the area in these countries is covered by palm oil plant. But does that mean that this tree is native to Southeast Asia? Native means it belongs originally from there only. But that's not necessarily true. So this keyword is changing the entire meaning of this sentence. The palm oil is a raw material for some industries producing lipstick and perfumes. इसमें कोई ऐसा keyword नहीं है जो change कर रहा है meaning. और yes, it is used for lipstick and perfumes. It can be used to produce biodiesel. Yes, it can be used to produce biodiesel. Remember, any kind of plant, most kind of plants are stores of carbon. So they can be used to produce biodiesel, especially if those plants are used for producing something that has energy content. So seeds, let's say they have oil trees or something like that, they can be used for producing biodiesel. So here, these टू सीम करेक्ट टू मी, बट ये वर्ड यहाँ पे नेटिव वर्ड मुझे सही नहीं लग रहा. क्यों? बिकॉज आई थिंक मलेशिया, इंडोनेशिया, ऑल दी साउथ ईस्ट एशियन कंट्रीज आर डूइंग palm oil फार्मिंग, बट माइट नॉट बी नेटिव. सो अब अगर मैं 2-3 को देखता हूँ तो फिर सी ये ऑप्शन एलिमिनेट हो गया, बट दीज 3 आर लेफ्ट. But I know 2 is also correct. So this is also, now I have 50% chances. So I will go for this. But because I am not sure, and I think here UPC is tricking me. Alright. But if you are not sure, you can leave this. But I say if you have 50% chance. So this is a current affairs question because palm oil has been in news a lot. So like I said, for every current affair topic, go ahead and Google it. Read about the static part of it, read about that particular concept. If palm oil is coming in news, because recently it was also in news that India was planning its own strategy for growing palm trees or for growing oil trees, any kind of trees that produce oil, because palm oil is imported by India in a huge quantity, huge quantity. So this has been in news because of rising prices, etc. So I would go ahead and Google this topic and understand this topic, because see, here it has come in a different form. Now this is a sports question. Now this question you can answer without even reading, having to read this particular question or topic. Consider the statement in respect to Laureus World Sports Award, which was instituted in 2000. American golfer Tiger Woods was the first winner of this award. No idea, मुझे पता ही नहीं है तो मैं क्या करूं. The award was received mostly by Formula 1 players so far. And Roger Federer received this award maximum number of times compared to others. Now, this word mostly here they are using is kind of, changing the entire scope of this. See, they have instituted a particular sports award in the world. They want to recognize different kind of world sports. So will they give most of the awards to a particular sport? Yes, possible. So that's why it is confusing. But if you want to really go ahead and kind of still try it, you could maybe eliminate 2. So if you eliminate 2, only this is left. But it is a difficult strategy. So I don't think, I said earlier that this question you can answer by not knowing, but I don't think you can. I might have been saying about a different question. So this question is also based on facts. So you need to have read this. This must have been in news, and that's why UPSC has asked this. And that is something. And this ICC question also, it has come because ICC World Championship was held in England. I think it was held for the first time that the World Cup of Test series was held, final was held. And that's why they've asked this question. All right. So, and this is about the 32nd Summer Olympics. Again, this is a question that has come because Tokyo Olympics could not be held because of Corona. So it is becoming very clear that UPSC is asking questions about sports. So read about sports. Now this question about water credit. Again, you need to have read water credit. If you even Google water credit, you will be able to very easily find out what you can easily answer this question. But remember, just don't read the news. My only message to you by showing you these particular questions is definitely go ahead and Google them and read a basic information about them, that who has launched that particular initiative, what does it do, what is its main aim, and you can easily answer this kind of question then, because here the question is very simple. If you read about it, you will be able to answer this question in literally 2 seconds. Alright, so this is my main advice to you about how to read current affairs for UPSC prelims. You can use similar strategy for mains also, but for prelims you need to go and kind of try to remember a few facts, try to remember a few details about various topics you are reading. But thankfully UPSC is not relying on memorization anymore, so you can even analyze topics and be okay with it. Go ahead and look at the first class also that I took about prelims. It will also really help you. Take care. Bye bye.